Hello, how are you? This is Miho from Canada. How you guys been doing? I hope you guys doing good and stay healthy and mind is sharp. So I have this keyword of collective consciousness. I heard this terminology a long time ago, but I quite didn't really understood then. I kind of knew as a whole concept, but I couldn't really apply that in real life. But now, for this coronavirus going around the world, on the whole earth are in it, and now I see what this collective consciousness is all about. And this is the time to really pay attention what you put into in your energy level. For instance, you might feel fear, frustrations, worries, stress. Those are very natural feelings that engraved in us, the human being, in order to protect ourselves from danger. Without them, you get eaten or you just walk around without noticing any danger and might fall from the cliff, or you just need those sensation of being feared, stressed, and worried, and those feelings, right? To protect yourself. It's there for you. So it's a very natural feelings. So you just accept that when you have that fear or stress or anxiety, that's very normal. That's coming out of everyone. The thing is how to take that and make it to be a very useful for you. What I mean is when you're very involved into that negativity feelings like fear, worrisome, stress, anxiety, and it makes it bigger. And especially now, this coronavirus, it's not just about you. It's not just about your country. We are all in it. All of a sudden, this virus that we don't see in sight are uniting the whole nations in the whole world, because otherwise it will just spread, right? That's what it is. And because we cannot measure by looking at them, it's very hard to detect. So we need to shift our conscious level to where you respect each other. What you do really affect others. That sort of concept or mindset and empathy. It's not just about you or your family. Whatever you do affects whole neighborhood, whole nations, whole world. So now this whole coronavirus is literally putting this collective consciousness almost like a forced people to think as a whole, like the collective consciousness is there. And in order to shift to the better way, we need to be in it as a whole consciousness, this collective consciousness to shift to the good way, to have this gear off to the good way. When you're focused and dwelled and constantly stressed and constantly worried, anxiety, it makes a snowball. That's what we do. We are so good at making it bigger. So when you have this collective consciousness into the negativity, as a whole, it gets more and more and more, and it gets so big that you don't know what to do with it anymore. instead, this collective consciousness, our conscious level, needs to shift to the way that we could deal with the new ways of living, looking after yourself. Don't rely on other people to look after your health, or eating a good food, or change your daily habits to make yourself happy. It's more of you, the center. It's not somebody else that makes you happy. It's all coming from you inside. Then when you live happily and fulfillment, it vibrates out of you, so that eventually people around you will become happier because they feel it, they sense it. And some people say, oh, I have no sense, like something you don't see, like how you measure, I need a proof and numbers. But you do have that sensor in you. For instance, when you meet people, you say, oh, that person seems really nice. Oh, that person gives off a really bad feeling. Oh my God, like really bad, right? So you're constantly getting that signal from that person that giving off that energy level. That energy level comes from what you think, what you've been thinking, that leads to how you act, how you say it, how you choose the words, and it's all coming out of yourself, like as a vibe, right? So it's important to be a good state of your mind. If you're really angry, irritated, it shows, and people will feel it. There's nothing tangible you can grab it, see, or point it out, but you feel, the tension. So it's all in here and engraved. It's almost like a GPS in your body. You just know, or sense it. And so it's important as a collective consciousness to shift to positive way. Take this as a good opportunity to unite and help each other, respect more each other, and use the empathy and feel for others, right? And you're all part of everyone. Even if the bread you eat, you don't make it from stage 1. Like you don't grow your crop, you don't process it, you don't bake it, but when you go to the store, you buy them. And who delivers to the store, right? Who keeps it fresh. So when you think about just a bread to eat, it involved so many people's hands and time and effort already. So vice versa, you're doing something for somebody that helping in a way or somehow. So it's all integrating each other. So this old thoughts of, oh, you're different, that's why it's not good, whatever that is, or whatever that was, and now it doesn't matter what languages you speak, what race you are, what color you are, what kind of clothes you're wearing, what kind of habits you have, or the cultural background. It doesn't really matter anymore. We are all together and we enjoy that difference and we respect that difference. And so that's the collective consciousness that we are shifting towards. And don't pour too much about worrisome and stress and negativity and anxiety. And so this is the shift time where either people will go as a collective consciousness to heal yourself more, respect more, how to lead your life better, versus people who worry, angry at somebody else, irritated, those low-level negative collective consciousness, there are two different things. So it will really separate us, and it's just up to you to decide which way you want it to go, and no one is going to force you. That's your decision. It's called free will. As a human being, we have this gift to choose whatever the circumstances you're facing, whether you feel good way or bad way. And we just don't react. We have the conscious mind to choose what you want to do with this. So take the event as a neutral, and then we put the meaning into it, good and bad. That's us human beings are doing. So this is the big thing that separates us from animals. Animals, they don't really pick and choose what they wanted to do, or take the event and think about what I can do to make it better or make it worse. They just live, right? So as a human being, you have the choice. Whatever the situation it is, it could look really bad, it could look really good, but it's just all in your conscious mind. To some people, it's bad, but for some people, it's not bad. So it's just a different level of consciousness. You're looking at the same event. So hopefully this collective consciousness will go towards better. We learn something from this and be united and be together and respectful, and we operate from the place of love, joy, peace and harmony. So that's when the collective consciousness as a whole, humans do it, it will really shift, because it's like a snowball effect. So this is the really test time, whether we chose a good way, productive way, happy way, or other way that's negative, dark, irritated, angry. So it's your choice. And that's the collective consciousness that I'm putting towards that good energy. And when you look back the history, there's so many disease, so many awful, unbearable events that happened. And somehow we're here. We've been improving so much. So this is something that we go through as a process to become better of us. So in the end, or on the other side, we'll come out of this very strong, loving, peaceful, harmonized people. So I take it as this process to unite and a collective consciousness move towards the better future, us as a human species. Okay, so have a great day.